Attorney Lorna Kopunan reacts to Bea Alonzo and Vincent Co's wedding. She jokingly said na putting on a lawyer's hat, my advice to all women is don't get married. This was after when she saw the news na nagpakasal na si Bea Alonzo and si Vincent Co. And the news says that she was also a former legal counsel of Bea Alonzo. So maraming mga na-shock sa sinabi nitong Attorney Lorna Kopunan na dating naging legal counsel pa ni actress Bea Alonzo. Kasi pat niya sinasabi na biglang don't get married after nagpakasal si Bea Alonzo and Vincent Co. Ngayon naman, ang sinasabi ng mga ibang tao, anong lalim siguro ng ibig niya sabihin giving her free advice as a lawyer? Ano mga interpretation dad ang nakikita mo dito?
Well, kasi nga, sometimes you cannot blame people for having that kind of opinion. No? Kasi nga, kung titingnan natin, may kasabihan nga, di ba? Sa Amerika nga, ang divorce rate is mahigit kalahati na, 50%. Ibig sabihin, yung mga nag-aasawa, kadalasan, kung 10 nag-asawa ngayon, after a few years, 5 na lang natitira, no? Tapos pangalawa, pag nag-second marriage pa sila, ang chances is around 70% yung divorce rate naman ng second marriage. At pag nag-third marriage niya, mas mataas pa yung divorce rate niya, no? So kaya nga siguro sinasabi niya, kasi nga parang, bakit pa kayo makikipag-asawa kung hindi naman magtatagal yung relasyon ng inyong pagsasama, no? So, meron din akong kwentong yan, no? Meron akong kwento na ganyan din yung kanyang perception or interpretation, no? Meron kasi isang bagong pare na nailagay sa isang parokya, sa isang lugar, no? So, marami nangungumpisal sa kanya, no? Kasi dahil bago siya, hindi niya alam na doon sa lugar na yon, ang ginagamit nilang salita pagka may mga kaliwaan, mga adulterous relationship, ang ginagamit nilang salita ay natisod, no? Natisod sa tulay. So yun ang sinasabi nila. So marami nangungumpisal sa kanya na sinasabi sa kanya, Father, natisod ako sa tulay. So akala naman ng mga nagungumpisal sa kanya, naintindihan niya kasi dating pare, naiintindihan niyo kasi matagal na siya sa parokyang yun. Pero siya dahil bago, nagtataka siya bakit laging sinasabi yun ng mga nangungumpisal sa kanya, kaya hindi niya alam kung paano payuhan. Sinasabi na niya, magdasal kayo na huwag kayong masaktan, etc. etc. No? Pero minsan, hindi na niya matiis, no? Kasi sabi niya, bakit laging natitisod yung mga tao sa tulay, no? So, lumapit siya doon sa mayor, no? Sabi niya doon sa mayor, Mayor, sabi sa kanya nung pare, bakit hindi mo pagawa yung tulay? Dahil maraming natitisod sa tulay, sabi sa kanya nung pare, no? Tumawa yung mayor kasi yung mayor, as far as concerned, dahil matagal na siya ron, alam niya ibig sabihin, no, natisod sa tulay, ibig sabihin nangangaliwa o may kalaguyo. So, tawa siya ng tawa. So, nagulat yung pare, no? Sabi ng pare, Mayor, ba't ka tawa ng tawa? Sabi niya, wala, Father, hindi niya pa kinikwento sa pare, no? So, nagsalta yung pare, sabi ng pare, Mayor, kaya ko sinabi sa iyo yan, kasi pati misis mo, kada linggo nangungumpisal sa akin, lagi natitisod sa tulay. So nagulat yung mayor, no? So ibig sabihin pala minsan ang perception kasi nung pare, parang akala niya na karamihan dito sa lipunan na to talagang may nasasaktan sa gano'n, no? So gano'n din yung perception na yun na sinasabi natin. May mga taong ang perception is mabuti pang huwag ka na mag-asawa para hindi ka masaktan kasi nga the chances of being successful in marriage is also very low. Yun ang kanyang point of view, no? So ang point natin kasi dito, minsan sa mga kababayan natin, siyempre, pagka hindi nagkasundo, naghihiwalay, hindi nagsasama. Pero at the end of the day, kasi bawat isa sa atin, naghahanap tayo palagi na tinatawag natin as soulmate. No? Sinasabi natin soulmate, di ba? Parang ano yan binigay sa atin ng Panginoon yan, no? na sinasabi nga na parang merong kang kapartner na nandyan lamang na iyong mamimit. No? Pero hindi naman kasi lahat merong ganyang soulmate. Pangalawa, yung iba naman kasi, pag nagustuhan lang, nagpapakasal na kaagad, no? Hindi nila inuunawa kung makakasundo nga nila talaga o hindi yung kanilang kapartner. Hindi nila inaaral, hindi nila sinusuri, at hindi nila talaga sinasiyasat yung background ng tao kung kaya nga ba nilang makasundo o hindi. But at the end of the day, lahat kasi tayo, mga nilalang ng Panginoon, we are gifted that kind of wanting to find someone whom we can love, no? And who can love us also, no? So, in that search, madalas marami nagkakamali. Kasi nga, iba nagmamadali, yung iba natatangay ng kanilang damdamin, yung mga panandaliang damdamin, yung iba naman nalilin lang, hindi nagogoyo. So yun ang nagiging problema sa isang relasyon. But at the end of the day, I will have to disagree with her opinion. Because to me, as far as I'm concerned, we were created by God to procreate, no? Because that's our kumbaga mission for Him. Procreate and spread His word, no? Yun ang ating mga mission sa ating Panginoon. So ang problema lang kasi, minsan sa atin, naliligaw tayo ng landas sa pamimili ng ating kapartner, no? So, minsan may mga kapartner kasing huwad, no? Kung dapat inaaral nyo muna bago nyo tuluyan yung relasyon. Kung hindi, doon kayo malalagay sa alanganin. So, but at the end of the day, each one of us, we feel love in our hearts and we want to share that love with others. The question is whether that other person is deserving or worthy of our love. Yun lang naman ang challenge dyan, no? But again, there's no perfect person. To find the right person, you have to be the right person also for that other partner. So yun ang mga advice ko lang sa ating mga kababayan.
Yan, Dad, yung medyo nakakatawa nga dito sa mga statement ni Attorney Lorna Capunan telling women don't get married is marami mga commenters na nag-agree kay Attorney Lorna Capunan saying na for women, it's better not to get married kasi if marriage was beneficial for women, then the government would have gotten rid of it long ago. Kasi basically, they're implying na the government or the patriarchy daw is anti-women and is for putting women down. But Dad, yung nakakatawa nga doon is, in other countries, kunwari, yung mga gay rights, they're fighting to have the ability to have marriage. So ngayon, you have one person saying na marriage is a bad idea, but then why is there this group of people saying that they want to have the right to get married? And yung nakakatawa, there are other people naman commenting saying na it's actually disadvantageous for men to get married, not for women. Kasi like this case with Pure Gold and Bea Alonzo, syempre, she married up. Siya yung nakamarry ng isang billionaire. And we see that in the States and in the Philippines and all around the world. Usually, yung successful man, siya yung nagkakamali sa kanyang partner. Kasi yung nagiging partner niya, marrying to get his money, iiwanan siya, tapos kukunan na lang kung anong assets yung pwede makuha. Tapos nagiging mayaman yung babae, nakuha naman niya yung success na lalaki. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Dad? Na, who is it more disadvantageous to get married? Is it more to men? Is it more to women? Or is there a point nga that people are saying na women in particular should avoid getting married?
Well, I cannot say that it's more advantageous or disadvantageous to men or women in particular, no? Kasi kakatulad ng sinasabi natin, love is a very inexplicable term, no? Sabi nga nila, love is a many splendid things, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, it's not easy to define it. But siguro, the most important logic here is that what is love after all, di ba? Dinefine naman ng Panginoon natin yan, di ba? Nasa Bible din yan. Love is patient, love is kind, love is gentle, love is forgiving, etc. No? So, nandun naman yan, nakadefine naman what is love all about. But at the end of the day, siguro the greatest weight of love na masasabi natin will be two words, no? One is sacrifice, no? Are you willing to sacrifice for the other person? And second is, are you willing to forgive the other person? If you have those two words connected to your relationship, then at least you can say there is some substance to that relationship when it comes to love, no? Kung sabi mo naman yung babae o yung lalaki, in fairness to the issue of Bea and the Vince Co, no? Pareho naman silang successful kung titingnan mo, no? So I would not say that the other party will be better off with the other, no? Kasi if you look at it, Bea Alonzo on her own, she's already very successful, no? I mean, say she really doesn't need another partner to take care of her because she can take care of herself, no? But the point is, sometimes it's not easy to explain when you find a partner and you seem like you want to have that partner to be with for the rest of your lives, no? Kasi tumatanda ang tao. Saka you only have one life to live, no? Take note. So that one life to live, as you grow older, you want to have a partner na medyo sabihin mo maasahan mo, masasandalan mo, makakasama mo in good times or bad times. So yun ang dahilan kasi kaya tayo mga tao naghahanap ng kapartner. Kasi parang ano yan kung sinasabi nga nila, kung nag-iisa ka lang sa pamilya, halimbawa wala kang kapatid, nalulungkot ka dahil wala kang kumbaga makakasama sa pag-iisa mo, no? And sinasabi nga, di ba, 2 or 3 chords is stronger than 1 chord, di ba? So, minsan kasi tayo mga tao, meron tayong mga ups and downs sa ating mga emotional, psychological, mental circumstances. So, we want somebody to be there, to shore us up, to be with us, to at least have faith in us, and ganun din, vice versa. Kasi for a relationship to work, it has to be a two-way street. It can never be a one-way street, no? So if it's a one-way street, ikaw lang nagigib, eventually magbibigay yon, no? So kinakailangan there's a give and take in any relationship. Katulad sinasabi natin, kahit yung mga ibang ganyan, sinasabi natin may mga gold diggers na sinasabi natin, nakikita natin sa iba't ibang lipunan, kadalasan hindi rin nagtatagal yung relasyon. Kasi nga, kumbaga parang as lang siya ng as, tapos yung isa naman is parang pinag-i-enjoyan lang niya yung relationship niya. Eventually, that will break. Now, for a relationship to stand strong, there should be sacrifice and there should be forgiveness in that relationship.
Ngayon naman, Dad, may mga other issues na binibring up ng mga commentators na of course sinabi sa mga news article na tong wedding or tong marriage ni Vincent Co and Bea Alonzo, meron daw balita na nag-prenup sila. Which for me, if totoo yun at meron talaga silang prenup, then that means they're starting on the right foot, no? Kasi that means, kasi ang mga rumors previously was that there was a very odd prenup that the parents were proposing, and now, nung nagpakasal na sila, wala na yung mga parents, but there was still a prenup. So parang for me, it shows good faith on both sides. Pero may mga other stories naman ng mga ibang tao, mga private na mga kwento-kwentuhan ng mga kakilala ng kakilala natin. Now there are some men na or women, or depends on which family asks for a prenup, and then the other side rejects the prenup, and they're saying na if they're going to be forced a prenup, then it's not true love. Of course, it's arguable kasi why isn't it true love? Di ba? By signing the prenup, it's about true love. So the question here is that is for as a dad to young men or women getting married and they want to have a prenup, but their partners don't want to have a prenup. Should they ask for a prenup? And second, if one of the partners does not want to have a prenup and threatens that hindi sila tutuloy sa kasal, dapat bang magmakaawa sila at ituloy na lang yung kasal ng walang prenup? What's your take on this, Dad, as a father?
Well, kasi as a father, this is what I can advise to young people, no? Kasi yung prenup naman kasi it works two ways din naman, no? Yung prenup naman di naman ibig sabihin kasi na parang pinagdadamutan ka. Ang prenup naman kasi sometimes maaaring pinoprotektahan ka rin, no? Kasi for example, may mangyari doon sa guy o sa girl, no? For example, yung girl may mga hanap buhay na minsan makakasuhan siya, at least hindi madadama yung lalaki. Ganon vice versa din. Kung yung mga lalaki meron din mga hanap buhay na maaari siyang makasuhan o malagay sa alanganin, hindi rin madadama yung financial security ng babae, no? Kasi at least merong definition ng kanilang wealth, no? Ng kanilang income. So that's one. Second, pag ginamit kasing leverage yun na parang hindi magpapakasal for a prenup because parang sa tingin nila walang tiwala, sa akin siguro doon pa lang mukhang meron ng pagdududa doon sa intensyon ng kabilang party kung sino man yung ayaw pumirma. Kasi nga, ano ba yung prenup? Ang prenup basically naman, it just defines the income and the wealth of each person, no? So, kung talaga naman may pagmamahal, so bakit kinakailangan hindi mo pipirmahan yun? Kasi kung may pagmamahal ka, ibig sabihin, may tiwala ka. It works kasi two ways eh. Pag sinabi mong pinapipirmahan ka, parang walang tiwala sa iyo. Yun ang unang tingin mo kasi yung perception na sinasabi natin. Pero on second thought, kung hindi ka rin naman pipirma, di parang ibig sabihin wala ka ring tiwala doon sa kabilang partido, di ba? So ibig sabihin you don't trust him and she doesn't trust you. So yun ang issue kasi dito. But at the end of the day, the prenup will just be like a document that will show that both parties, when they got married, at least it's clear to them what they're getting into, and that kung magka-problema sila, malinaw yung kanilang patutunguhan. Kasi katulad sinabi natin, a lot of relationships get into trouble, no? Maraming separations, maraming hiwalayan, etc. So, siguro sa akin tingin, ang advice ko sa lahat ng mga kabataan, mas mabuti na may prenup kayo, at least both parties are aware of your responsibilities and your limitations to each other, and that could even be the document that can hold your relationship longer and more secure, no? Because both of you knows that love will prevail, and that document will mean nothing if there's true relationship. But that document can also be an insurance for each one of you if one party will take advantage of the other. So, because at the end of the day, who really knows what a person is all about, no? Until makasama mo sa hirap at makasama mo sa maraming pagsubok sa buhay. Pero siyempre, katulad sinasabi natin, ang taas na nga ng hiwalayan ngayon sa lipunan. So, hindi naman masama kung magkakaroon ng prenup dahil both parties will now have some security that they know that there are some limitations to what they can do and what they should not do.
Kaya mga kabayan, dito sa Ilocano Defenders Party List, ang espouse namin at tinutulak namin is education. Kasi with education, you can understand all things in life, including getting into a relationship. Relationship is not just a feeling, but you have to make an educated decision, and educated directions will only come if you are educated. Kaya para sa edukasyon, ako si Morgan Sain, yung coach ng bayan.
Mga kababayan, part of life is making the best choices. And kung gusto natin to make the best choices, kailangan mas matalino ang ating mga kababayan. Kaya ang layunin ng Ilocano Defenders Party List ay taas ang antas ng edukasyon dito sa Pilipinas para gumanda ang kinabukasan ng bawat Pilipino. Ako po ay si Solomon Sai, ang inyong kuya ng bayan.
Ang tunay na pagmamahalan ay hindi nasusukat sa mga sinasabi nating salita. Ito ay nabibigyan ng tibay kung maipapakita natin na meron tayong commitment. Ano yung commitment? Yung commitment, ibig sabihin na talagang nakapako ang inyong sinasabi at inyong ginagawa para nang sa ganun magtagal ang inyong pagmamahalan. Ito yung masusubok sa mga dadaanan yung paghihirap at mga problema sa buhay at sigalot na inyong haharapin. Ang pagmamahal ay napakahalaga dahil kung walang tunay na pagmamahal, hindi magtatagal ang bawat relasyon. Ako po si Michael Sa, inyong dad ng bayan.